now it's time for the grand finals here in the KSL number 27 in the upper right. In the red, he's the victor of the Summer Slam. It's Dark. And on the bottom right in the blue for Dragon Catcher Gaming as well. In this team kill, it's herO. And man, I have heard some good things about this series. Granted, Chicken Man, Dave Testa, of course, the people that run this event for the last 27, actually more than that, right? Because it's been 27 weekly tournaments, but they ran the Summer Slam. They took another break. So really for the last 29 weeks, we've had this KSL Summer Slam there as this KSL tournament as this thing to supplement what's been happening in the Korean scene, to supplement the GSL and everything else. And Chicken Man and Dave, they generally will go and they'll say, hey, wow, this was an incredible series. Like, the grand finals was awesome. But yeah, sometimes they're right. Sometimes they are maybe overemphasizing things just slightly to, I don't know, to make us cast it, whatever it is. Regardless, they're not they were emphasizing that even more than they normally do. Apparently, this final is an absolute banger. So I'm excited to see what we have in store for us, for ourselves, as we open up here on Ancient Cistern. And as we get ready here for this grand finals, well, this Dark herO matchup is something that we see quite a bit. It happens very often, so we should take a look at how these players match up against each other over time. And this is one that actually always surprises me when we take a look at it, and that is the fact that herO owns Dark. 42-28 is a massive win-loss. And granted, these numbers are not all-time. These numbers are purely Legacy of the Void, which, in fairness, that's the last 8 years. That is the majority of time that we have existed in StarCraft 2. It's been Legacy, but even still, 42-28 is a pretty crazy scoreline. As I always do this, and I do apologize. Let's fix that one. There we go. It's going to be a Stargate opener coming out of herO in this game number 1, which is a good way to start. Hey, you get oracles, you get map pressure, you're able to move on the map. It's fantastic. And then from there, you have options. You can go Adepts, and that's fun. You can go Blink Stalkers. Oh, Blink Stalkers, that's herO's build. You can do a whole manner of things. You can go Charizard Archon out of this. You can... we have actually started to see some Protoss players messing around with ground toss a little bit later into the game. Generally, it's you go Blink Stalkers and you win the game, or you don't. And if you don't, you transition into Sky Toss. But for now, these Lings, they're going to find their way into the natural. And, well, there's only one Adept until this one pops out, and that's on the map. So, well, Lings won't get a kill. But they will get a scout off into the main base. They're going to see Chrono go down there on the Stargate. They're going to see the Oracle out eventually. And meanwhile, couple more Lings. They're in the natural here, and this is 2 dead probes. Dark, by staggering this, like the way he's done, he actually, not only does he get a full scout of things, he's forcing this Adept back home, and he's going to get 2 workers. Yeah, he's not going to get a third, but what a start for Dark. Now, of course, herO invited this in part by not walling himself off fully in the natural, but you don't want to wall yourself off this early, not when it's Stargate. You don't want to build that third gateway to make yourself safe against that, not before speed is done. So herO just a little bit victimized in this early game, as now speed is done. But I want to point out what herO has on the production tab. He's got this Oracle. That's great. Fantastic. Oracles are good units. But he built a Phoenix behind this. And we did see herO against, I want to say it was Serral. I think in the Masters I want to say it was the Masters Coliseum. We saw him go, and he went triple Stargate Phoenix. And I want to say it was this map. It was this map or Altitude. It was one of the long ones. It's for now Adept shaded. They get 4 workers there, which is a nice little bit of a counterpunch from herO. But it seems like herO is just going to go Oracle, Phoenix, Oracle. Add that Phoenix in there to make sure you can lift off Queens, make sure that you can dive in there with the Oracles and find some value. But because this is a Phoenix play, this does mean that there's not nearly as much anti-Ling control on the map. There's not as much to really make sure that your third base is going to stay safe. So herO's going to have to hang back just a little bit, at least with that second Oracle, at least for now. But now he feels ready. So 2 Oracles. Phoenix now just looking around for whatever it can find, and shouldn't get this Overlord. There's a Queen beneath, and It's going to have a transfuse quickly enough, but actually with the oracles here, there's the lift, and okay, wait, sniping more queens, maybe? Are we going to find that? No, we're not. But even still, oracles into the main base, the queens into natural here. This is value potential here for herO. He's going to get 1, 2. Oh, but he targets the spore. Oh, that's unfortunate there, herO. But maybe in the natural a little bit more. Gets 4, gets... I thought that was going to get 5. So at the end of the day, 8 total drones go down for the cost of a couple of adepts, and that's just about it. There we go. Recall goes down. And behind this, Twilight Forge on the same way at the same time, but this is not a herO build. Well, this is a herO build. This is herO playing. This is not herO style. The Twilight and the Forge going down at the same time. Fine, that is a variant of what herO likes to do. But getting this robo so quickly, that is actually that is not what herO has been. That's not the style that he went to prominence on. That's not what won him his GSL Season 2 last year. Getting this robo, it remains to be seen. Maybe a Warp Prism play, maybe Immortals, maybe moving a full Colossus. I don't know. But what I do know is these adepts are on the map right now, and what do we have defensively? It's 10lings. It's not a lot here. I mean, there are queens as well, certainly, but queens just don't die. They don't do a lot of damage. So now adepts are going to try to find their way in, and they get past the wall, but it's... okay, the shade's going to complete into the natural. Now, lings on the surround are not going to get a lot done here, and this is an opportunity for herO. He's going to get 2 workers here, and okay, dive into the main base on the shades. He's going to cancel that because now just sitting in the natural, 7 workers go down. We need to see the oracles do something, but they're not going to do anything. Not just the 8 workers go down, but it's at the cost of 8 adepts, and that's expensive there. herO had an opportunity, and really, he could have dove into the 3rd with his oracles. That probably was enough to just target a spore down and just kill everything in the base, but a little bit too scary to yellow the oracles in. Unfortunately there for herO, he doesn't find the value. About it for now. Charge is halfway done. Warp Prism's done. Oracles on the map, just patrolling, finding a little bit more value. But behind this, herO, this was for Warp Prism. And yes, eventually there's going to be Disruptors or Colossus on the field. But for now, it's going to be Charizard Archon. It's going to be Zealot harassed into the main base probably as the oracles continue to establish pressure on the map. Lings are going to look for something. They're really not going to find it. And we've seen herO kind of throw a couple punches, but they've been sloppy. He's killed 18 drones. And he's lost 9 adepts for it. And it's still technically he's traded better, but losing your entire ground army does hurt a little bit. Is that drone has to be careful. In fact, herO should kill this. herO. I guess for now he isn't, but I love this play coming out of herO with the observer on top of the Warp Prism, making sure that he's knocking down a lot of creep. He's making life harder for what Dark wants to do, and these oracles are just sitting here. I don't really know. I guess he just wasn't looking at them at the time, but oracles were just sitting there. The drone will stay alive, and now behind this, Colossus on the way, Blink on the way, +2. We're gonna have herO's army is solid right now. It's not incredible, but it's solid. And I mean, into 21 roaches, it's not gonna break. We have a timing coming up in about the next minute or so, where herO's gonna have 3 Colossus probably. He's gonna have extended thermal lance whenever he decides to start that. He's gonna have Blink. He's gonna have +2. It is gonna be looking at about 150 supply, 160 supply, and yes, Dark's gonna have 200. He's gonna be maxed out, but that 150 supply that herO's going to have is going to be tremendously powerful if he's able to hit this timing properly before Dark gets on up to Hive. But herO shouldn't be worried. There is no infestation pit on the map. It's just a lair. In fact, we might even hit faster than that. A herO may just be opting to neglect extended thermal lance. He may just be looking to hit with something just a little bit faster as the oracles get a nice revelation there on top of the roaches. This army that herO is making, as powerful as it can be, make no mistake about it, there are timings that we have to consider. Now the roaches, yeah, they don't want to take this fight. And on the left side, Zealots, Archons, Immortals, okay, the roaches don't want to take that fight either. But we do have to remember here that this army that herO is making, his lings are going to try to fight a run by, but there's a shield battery, a cannon, Colossus is there, so shield battery may fall, but that really will be the extent of it. In fact, the shield battery stays alive, but on the left side, this is a little bit more problematic here, but the Colossus are going to find their way over. Roaches, they're just going to, oh, you know what? Dark didn't even have to tap that down. herO canceled it anyways, but on the chase here, This is the army that we're talking about. +2 done. Blink is done. 3 Archons here. Colossus getting added in. This army that herO has right now with that 3rd Colossus just about done. This is an army that can try to win the game right now. This is the army that herO has been building for the last 10 minutes of this game. This is why he has been harassing heavily. This is why he's been trying to keep Dark back, because he wanted this army right now. He didn't want to fight against Hive. He didn't want to have to fight against Vipers, really is the big thing. So now here comes this army of herO trying to shove his way up the gullet. 1 queen lifted and dead. And a couple queens on the left side are a little bit vulnerable. Meanwhile, of course, stasis trap on the right side. Dark sends 1 roach to make sure that stasis will not be a problem. But now herO very close to maxing out here. 8 more Stalkers warping and Disruptors on the way just to deal with these roaches, and Dark looking for this around. But I don't know how much that's going to matter here. Colossus gently are going to micro away the Biles. They're going to get on top of 1 Archon here, but the roaches on the right side, they're going down, and now here come the Stalkers through the middle of the map. herO is just smashing this army. This +2 timing, this +2 Blink Stalker Colossus timing, shades of parting is what this is. This army, herO got his timing. He hit it perfectly, and yeah, the War Prism went down. But he won the fight in a tremendous value. Now the 4th base of Dark is dead. Disruptors are going to continue to rally across, and realistically, even as long as Ancient Cistern is, this map's not that long. Certainly not from the 3rd base. You can find more room, but Dark, he's got 1 last Hail Mary in the chamber here. He's got these Burrow Roaches. He's looking for the surround. Is there detection on the army of herO? The answer is no. The roaches are going to try to get right on top of this entire back line. And surprise, herO! Here comes Dark with the Disruptors. They're going to have everything to say, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. Oh, no. Dark had that last Hail Mary trying to find shades of Jaedong, but it doesn't matter. And herO hit the timing. He hit it beautifully. And herO, in 12 minutes, he builds right on up to it. He takes game 1. And what a play that was. That was fun. In the upper right now in the red. He's down a game. His Burrow Roaches, they didn't work. He couldn't get his tech up really in time. For Dragon Cuts of Gaming, it's Dark. And at the bottom left here in the blue, he's up 1. It's herO. And cheeky Dark here, 12 pool, game number 2. Does not want this game to go the way game number 1 went, and herO's gonna get the scout. Actually, will he? He sees the probe on the, he sees the drone on the map, and he's blocking the natural. But here's the thing. I mean, that looks like a 16 supply drone going down to take a natural, except for the fact that it's 14 out of 14. Dark spent 200 minerals on a spawning pool, so the timing's right. The supply just isn't. So herO doesn't have any idea at all. He didn't check into the main base. He didn't look, and now Dark is gonna hatch block the wall here. He's not gonna make, herO has no shot at walling off the natural here. It's gonna be full panic mode. He looks into the main base, sees everything, and okay, no, he's not gonna block the wall. I thought that was the plan, but instead he's just gonna block off the natural here, get creeped down, and even still, technically this could be something that's not a 12 pull. But of course, herO sees the drone on the other side, and this is in fact gonna be that 12 pull. So for now, Zealot's getting chronoed out. Halfway done here. It should be done in time for the Lings to get across. And then the probes have to get pulled here. This hatch cannot be allowed to survive. If it does, herO probably loses. That creep spread behind the lines, Lings popping in from both sides, getting a perfect surround on the Zealot every single time. That is always going to be a problem. But for now, the probes have been pulled, and this is enough DPS. It's 4 probes to make sure it doesn't go up. Having 6, I think 5 or 6 that the probes are right now, that guarantees that there is no shot that this is going to complete. As now the drone, is it going to try to do it? Okay, there we go. herO gets the block. Make sure that's not going to happen. Is now the Zealot out on the map just a little bit. Second Zealot here now, and the drone is getting low. So this, oh wait, no, the Lings get us around here. herO, he missed micros. He had to deal with the drone, and now the Lings, well, they're going to go down. They're going to, well, actually here, the probe pull is great. The Zealot stays alive until the very last second. 2 of them will fall, but all the Lings will die in exchange, and it's 1 left. This was almost a disaster for herO, but instead, it's really not that bad. He loses 2 Zealots, but he gets 9 Lings. He gets a drone. Dark's natural is pretty late. He's taken a third base at the same time. This is pretty solid here for herO. It's really not all that bad. He's up 7 workers. And yeah, you know, he would like to have his natural fast, around the same time as the Dark completes. But in the balance of things, it's pretty solid. And Dark, actually, he found himself just a little bit supply blocked. Had to extract a trick out of the gas to just waste a little bit more money to make sure that he had stuff on the map. He needs 8 lings. You need just about 4 lings, 2 sets of lings to deal with each adept. And as there are 2 of them, well, you need 8 lings. And that is always one of the downsides of going for a 12 pool like this. You have to make sure that you are able to deal with the follow-up. And generally, and herO would have loved for this to be 2 zealots, 2 adepts. But unfortunately, you know, he did lose the zealots. They did move a little bit too far forward, and he killed the lings. But he would have liked to have those zealots on top of the adepts. It's just so much power. 2 zealots, 2 adepts in the early game running across. But even as it stands here, the 2 zealots, or the 2 adepts in the middle of the map, they're going to get a creep tuber. Very nice. And then complete their shade on into the main base, where drones will fall. 1 of them, 2 of them, maybe a 3rd. No, okay. So this adept will go down. The second one should fall here pretty quickly. Second one falls as well. But it's a creep tumor. It's 2 drones. It's not great. Ideally, you're looking at 3 or 4, but 2 for 2 is not horrible. And herO maintains his supply lead. Is now, look at this. It's going to be a Glaive Adept's follow-up, because he knows Dark is not likely to have roaches behind this. Not at all. I mean, this is Dark. Dark, more than anything else, is the player that he kind of knows how to balance his economy to make sure that he comes back into games. But you know, out of a build like this, he is going to be greedy as hell. He's not taking gas until right now. He's got a roach horde on the way. But I'm not sure that there's going to be enough gas to support the number of roaches required to deal with this adept play. Because remember, there is no rubble. This is just 4 gate glaives. They're going to shade across the map. They're going to hit very fast. And I'm not sure that Dark knows exactly what's happening. He's got 10 lings on the way. He knows that something's up. But what variant, what version, what flavor of these shenanigans, that is a very different question. So now here come the adepts. Glaives in 12 seconds. And now we get to see just how ready Dark is for this one. And he's got a couple roaches. He's building lings, but they're slow they're slow zerglings. That's not really the best thing here. And now herO drops a pylon forward, sensing opportunity. He's going to shade right on top of these lings. I thought he was, at least. That was not enough lings. Certainly without speed to make sure that anything would happen. But now here they come once again. More adepts. They're joining the fray, and the pylon's moving forward as well here. We're going to have another round of warpins. herO's really committing to this one. He's going to get a queen maybe on the right side. Heavy damage on the high energy queens. One will fall. Second one, well, it's just marooned there into a corner. Drones are going to get pulled. They should just fall down by the wayside. At least the lings will go down. The roaches will as well. And with 2 queens down, we're looking at 2 queens on the map. That's not a lot of energy. That's not a lot of transfuse. But now adepts into the main base. This is like the one spot where they're going to struggle just a little bit. But the roaches, they're going to keep going down. Adepts, they're now in the natural. They're now in the main base as well. Drones will continue to fall here. herO is starting to find some value, but it's not enough. Not just yet. He's got to kill these roaches. He's got to get this economy down just a little bit more, and he's struggling to find that value. The transfuses are good. The queens are staying alive, and for now, herO's just a little bit stymied. But of course, there's more to this story than just these adepts. There's more than just these lings that pop out to die immediately. It's about the tech that's coming next. It's about this dark shrine that's on the way. There is no detection. There's no spore here. Dark is just scrambling everything to make the defense against the adepts happen, and even that is not clean. He's only on 35 drones, but you give us the dark shrine on top of it, Dark is going to be in massive trouble unless he finds something. More roaches just continue to fall down here. More gateways going down. Well, there's already 1 gateway on the map. Second one on the way here. So we're going up to 6 gate. 6 gate glaive, 6 gate DT coming out of herO into this game. Army supplies are equal, and Dark's the roach player. This is rough going for Dark here in this game. And now we're just, at this point, it's almost like Dark's trying to figure out what he's going to do the next game. Because, yeah, you know what? You got roaches. They can kind of fight this army. But again, 6-gate glaives is nothing to shake a stick at, even when you have roaches. The economy of Dark is just so bad. And now into the main base. Now DT's warping in 5 of them at a time. And, well, Shadow's right in the way. Because why? It might as well, you know. Channel your inner nightmare. Channel your inner classics. Now the DTs, they're just going to get on top of the roaches as well. And Dark is dead. He's been dead for the last 5 minutes of this game. But that secures it. herO moves up 2-0 now here in this grand finals. One map away from taking first place. And now it's game 3 here in this grand finals, and down 2 in the red. It's Dark. In the bottom left, in the blue, up 2, just playing masterfully here in this series. It's herO. And as we get here into this game number 3 of this grand finals, this pretty cool series thus far, actually, I would like to remind you all that if you want more games with Beyond and herO and Dark in this series, or herO or Raynor or MaxPax or really any of the top players, you should go and you should hit the sub button down below this video. It really does help out to make sure you're not going to miss anything. And while you're there, like the video as well, because you got this far. And that means hopefully that you've liked what you've seen. So hit the like button and let me know, well, what are we going to see out of this game? It's altitude. It's a big map. Big maps mean long games. Just like good fences mean good neighbors. And big shoes mean you have big feet. Or big feet mean you have big shoes. One way or the other. It's fine. But for now, we're just waiting to find out what exactly herO and Dark have in store for us. Now, on the balance of things, herO's been experimenting with PvZ. In fact, I think this is fair to say that herO is a great experimenter across all Protoss players. It's actually kind of why I think that Protoss is always stagnating just a little bit. And that is, unlike Zerg and unlike Terran, it really feels like at any given time, Protoss has one player that is actively pushing the meta. Maybe we're at 2 now with Classic and herO. MaxPax hasn't really been pushing the meta recently. There have been times, say the MaxPax build or the 2-gate, or not the 2-gate, but the low ground natural and PvP, for example. But in general, we really only have one player for Protoss pushing the meta. And generally, since he's come back from the military and gotten good again, that's been herO. Meanwhile, you have Beyond and Maru and Clem to some extent pushing the meta forwards in different ways. You have herO and Raynor pushing the meta forward. Dark as well playing his own style in Korea that in this case herO and Raynor both seem to have adopted as at least part of the Masters Coliseum 6 that we saw. So you have these like 3 players generally for each race at the top of every race, really pushing the meta, pushing the builds, the designs, the way you play forward. And for Protoss, it doesn't really feel like we see that outside of herO. That really does hinder things a little bit. That does make it hard for a race to kind of stay up to date. I mean, it took how long for us to get a Protoss champion in the GSL? I mean, once herO came back, he did it very quickly, but he's had to totally revitalize the way Protoss players were playing against Zerg, because he comes back and he's just like, guys, you're playing it wrong. You're not doing it right. Here, let me show you how Protoss is meant to be played. And he goes and he does it. We see that a little bit in PvT right now as well, although to a lesser extent. Protoss, they just haven't found a solution. Not just yet. This Adept will go down to the speed links. We do have to point out, by the way, as we talk about innovation and iteration and all these wonderful things. Innovation, of course, not playing in this tournament, but it's a Void Ray opener coming out of herO. Not that weird, all things considered, but it does mean that he's going to try to go and get Overlords that may be sitting on the map. But for right now, and Dark's going to find this third base. He's going to get a cancel on it, and that just slows things down. Just a little bit. The Oracle just out a little bit too late. So for now, the Void Ray's gotten an Overlord. It could get another, but hero's not aware of where this is. And generally, that's why you get a Void Ray opener. You want to make sure that you can get a couple Overlords. Generally, 2 is the magic number. Oh, herO. Okay, there we go. Okay, so he's going to get 2 now. getting 3 overlords, if he's able to find it, that's a pretty sweet deal. And behind this, herO's going 3 Oracle out of the Void Ray. That is a lot of gas in the early game. And we notice that herO has nothing on the ground, so this is committed air. Of course, behind this, I think we will eventually see a Twilight. That's just how herO likes to play. But I mean, yeah, there we go. There's the Twilight going down. This is aggressively greedy, I guess, coming out of herO as 4 drones go down on top of the couple overlords. herO, he's lost his adept, but he's playing this early game really nicely. Now the adepts, they're going to find their way into this natural just a little bit more. And for now, it's going to be a couple of lings going down, but drones now, they're going to find themselves victims. Recall in the natural. So actually, none of these adepts fall down. This is how you know herO's playing pretty well. And there's a stasis trap in the third, but I guess it only gets the queen. This is how you know herO's playing well. He is just harassing his opponent to death. 10 drones go down. And the stasis on the queen in the third. 14 dead drones for what? It's not a perfect game. An adept has fallen, but 14 drones, 6 lings, 3 overlords for 1 adept is now. The stasis trap will complete. It's going to get a single drone this time. But herO is playing pretty much as close to a perfect game as you can get without it being a perfect game. But Dark has, he's got thoughts on the mind. And I don't know that herO's tech's going to be ready in time. He's got a Nidus on the way. And ideally, if herO has these 4 gateways done, he has his robo done, which means he can get immortals out. He has blink done, and he can make this happen. He'll be able to defend. But if he's just relying on 4 stalkers, 5 adepts, a void ray, 3 oracles, and again, most of that is on the other side of the map here, that is a problem. As an oracle will go down here as well. Where's my mouse? Here's my mouse. Did he see? Oh, he didn't see the Nidus. And there we go. Nidus going down on the left side. Did herO see this? No, he has no idea. He knows that a Nidus is going down. He heard that sound. And now he's running across the map. This is interesting here. So lings are going to find the adepts. A Nidus worm does pop on the other side. So that is, now herO's got a decision to make. How exactly does he choose to defend this? Dark, he's got 6 overlords on the way. This is all in. This is a heavy commitment coming from Dark. He's on 3 hatches. A second Nidus head is going to pop up at the foreground here. That's going to go down very quickly. And the static defense isn't going to take that much damage just yet. Blink is done in 12 seconds. +1 here as well. Stalker on the backside. 1 will fall. But we are rapidly getting to the point where herO's going to be able to build the army that he wants to build to make sure he's okay. So for now, this Nidus play is not going to work. But that doesn't mean that Nidus in general is going to be something that won't work, because behind this, there's round 2 coming out of Dark. There's an infestation pit on the way. It feels like this is going to be for Swarm Host Roach Ravager Queen, not just Roach Ravager. Right? We saw that initial pressure. It did not kill herO. It failed to find the damage. But you had some Swarm Host on top of it. There is 1 creep tumor that herO failed to clear, which is really annoying if you're herO. So that creep is still going to be there on the left side. Nidus can still pop its way out. Is going to get the so it's not an active creep tumor anymore, but still there is that 1 bit of creep. But okay, Infester's on the way. Dark wants to go late here. He doesn't feel like he can go kill his opponent. That's a valid assessment. Oh jeez, 7 HP, 14 combined HP. That's 2 queen shots without +1. Barely staying alive. Now this army that herO's getting ready to push with, he's going to have extended thermal lance. He's going to have, I think we're going to see a similar timing, actually, from game number 1 with +2 and 3 Colossus, this time with extended thermal lance and charge. This time Dark is progressing into that hive. It's halfway done. He's got a couple infestors that will have energy in time. He's got 1/1 on the way, adding in the Spire as well. So Dark is getting ready to move later into this game. It's not just, 200 supply of Roach Ravager, of burrowed roaches that are going to try to find some way to make this happen. It's just Dark has tech in this game, which is funny because it feels like Dark is committed more in this game to aggression, to the tempo play than he did in the last one. But he understands the way this game is going, and he will, of course, go and get himself there. So Spire, 3/4 of the way done. Hive done. Everything is turning up pretty nicely here. As Dark is the one thing we can see, of course, is that he's not maxed out. He's not approaching max out, not with any sort of alacrity, not with any sort of any speed. That's because he doesn't have to. He's gonna try to pressure with his army just a little bit, just because he can. But it's all gonna be about the Greater Spire. It's all gonna be about these Vipers. It's gonna be about the next level of tech, not about the Roaches, not about these Ravagers, not about even these Lings. Even if +1 is on the way, even if we want to see Adrenal. I'm sorry, +1's not on the way. Never mind. He's got +2 ranged on the way instead. Cancels that +1 upgrade. And that makes sense. Of course, Broodlings, they don't last as long. It's generally you would want to get +1 attack on the ground, because that's what the Broodlings benefit from when they're deployed. And you want to get +1 air attack because that is the impact damage. But as the Broodlords have been nerfed, right? They last 5 seconds, or the Broodlings last 5 seconds instead of 7, something like that. They're not quite, +1 attack doesn't do quite as much. And we also have to remember here is herO posturing for the gold. He's thinking about it. And yeah, he's gonna knock these rocks down. The other thing we have to consider, well, or I should say, yeah, +1's not very good now. It's gonna be even worse if the batch goes through as it stands, because well, the Broodlings are going to do less damage on top of it. But herO has identified the kind of the stage of the game that we're looking at here. So 7 Broodlords are on the way, but they're going to be immediately met by 3 carriers. They're going to be met by this army of herO that is going to be pretty dang strong. It's not going to be +2 carrier timing. Not yet. We still got to wait for that. But at the very least, it's +1. At the very least, herO is not going to die to the Broodlord timing, which is always a somewhat of a worry if you are heavy ground tech, if you're this kind of Immortal Colossus style. So the single Corruptor is going to find his way to the right side, and that means this Warp Prism, yeah, it's not going to get much done. That's also a bit of a tell for herO, if you think about it. A single Corruptor, when there really hasn't been that much harassment on the map in the last 5 minutes, single Corruptor doesn't make a lot of sense. But if your opponent's building Broodlords, well, that does make sense. Suddenly that does make a big deal of sense here, as now herO not able to dodge the fungal, but the piles, they're gonna get 1 Stalker. Not Incredibles. Ooh, Viper? No, they're thinking about it. The Stalkers want to commit and get that Viper down, and realistically blinking a Stalker or 2 forward to get the Viper is probably worthwhile, as now this Colossus will fall because the Broodlords are out, and that's just how that goes. herO's okay with this. Realistically, he doesn't want these Colossus in his army anymore. They're not very good. He wants Storm. He wants more Corruptors. He wants... Well, he doesn't want Corruptors. He's not going to find those. He does need some Oracles. That much is very true. But he wants Tempests. He wants Carriers. And there we go. The Tempests are going to go on the way. Here's this immediate response to the Broodlord pressure. And for now, the Colossus are holding on well enough. They're doing a fairly solid job here. The Stalkers on the counterattack with the Archons as well. Stalkers blink forward here. And these Roaches, they don't stand up to the Stalkers. They really don't. Stalkers do bonus damage to armor. They have better upgrades anyways. And this bit of a run by here. herO is sacrificing supply. This is not supply that he cares a ton about. And he's going to maybe get a base if he targets it down properly. Now the Archons will fall, and I think no, the Transfuses should be good enough here, and the Fungals means these Stalkers will fall at the end of things, but they're going to try to get this base. A couple more volley Stalkers blink around. Are they going to get this base? I think, yeah, no, they get the hatch, and they're going to get some drones on the backside. Meanwhile, herO on the right side here, he's getting 2 for the price of army that he didn't care about anyways. That was a beautiful move coming out of herO. He forces Dark out of position. He gets 2 of Dark's bases. Now, Dark, what's your response here? Dark is going to run across the other side of the map, throw his own Roaches away, because he doesn't care about them in the same way that herO didn't really care about the Stalkers. I mean, he wants the Archons, or he wants he wants the Archons. But for the most part, it really is all about the Sky Toss armies, or the Sky armies on both sides. The Sky Toss, the Sky Zerg. So herO was content to sacrifice that for a base, to sacrifice that for drones, to cut down on the economy, and truly the production of Dark in this game. But now this army coming out of herO, we're looking at no anti-air. This army from herO, actually, this is a problem. If herO recognizes what has happened right now, if he understands that there are going to be 7 total corruptors on the map. There is nothing here, and I guess there are spores somewhere, like, occasionally on the map, but this army that herO has is not something that can be fought, even with the abducts. I mean, queens are going to have to do the damage here, and I guess they will with the fungals and everything else, but this army, there were only so many abducts. If herO really chose to push in right now, he has this incredible timing. But I don't know that he's recognized it as now. Carriers, they're, well, another one's going to pop out here. Again, this is something that herO should be able to fight here, but the corruptors, they're going to get more. I mean, they got to run away. They will still take some damage. I think they got a second Tempest. I think that was what we saw go down. This +2, +1 shields, this carrier army, if herO recognized what the game state was, he would win the game right now. But I don't think he can. I don't think he's quite recognized what's happening, and that means he's gonna be content to play on the edge of creep instead. That means he's going to be content to deny bases because that's fun. Zealots continue to shut down static defense as they find it. And again, it does feel like herO could have won the game on that lack of anti-air, but for now, well, the fungals are still there, as we will see an infestor get targeted down by the immortals. Bonus damage to armor. It is a powerful thing, and infestors only have 90 HP. They're armored units. They die very quickly here as the army runs forward. Fungals are nice. The biles are going to try to land, and here comes the army. Feedbacks, parasitic bombs. Is the loco maneuver. Is this going to work out here for Dark right now? Carriers are standing strong until they're not, and this army is dead. Maybe I underestimated the strength of this army out of herO. I don't even know. The fungal parasitic bomb combination with the 10 corruptors is enough to kill everything. And herO now sent back to the Stone Age below 100 supply. All of a sudden. Now, in fairness, Dark was at about 15-20 corruptors at that time. He finally found the opportunity to make sure he had the army that he wanted. He had the value. He had the upgrades. But this army we were talking about that from herO, that really big timing, that was 2 minutes probably before that fight happened. So as much as I would like to say, oh, maybe I underestimated, I think herO was in a good spot. He just didn't quite capitalize it on the timing as well as he could have. And now that means this gold base is dead. There really is not going to be any saving it. herO has to build his army back up. He's at 111 supply. Oh, okay, that's going to be really nice here. He's going to get on top of it. Okay, Spore's going to go down. That means there's nothing here. Now, he's going to target the hatch, but get the infestors, dude. The infestors are worth more than that base. And in fact, their anti-DT play, that was a mistake from herO. That truly was a mistake from herO. A base is 300 minerals. The gas count on those 5 infestors is north of 600. You really value your gas over minerals in a game like this is now. You're gonna try to get now. He's just blinking away. Okay, 15 drones go down. But herO is desperately buying time. He's not building anything. He's got 9 stalkers on the way, 6 probes on the way here. And in fairness, herO's economy is fantastic. Dark's really isn't. He's on 56 drones, and his army's great, but he does not have much of a bank. And the response for herO here, units in the sky that deal with these corruptors that build fast. It's going to be 5 void rays at a time, 3 void rays at a time here. Oh, not 5 void rays at a time. I thought I saw that. No, it's just gonna be 3 voids at a time. Now stalkers get on top of the corruptors. They will not be able to pee this base down. So more corruptors go down, and herO's army supply continues to improve just a little bit. But it's all in stalkers. More corruptors will fall. And that's expensive there for Dark. And remember, Dark, 60 drones. His economy is really not all that great. And with Flux Veins getting ready here, Void Arrays can be a tremendously powerful thing. The problem is you need to deal with the infestors. Fungal Parasitic Bomb has a combination. More so than against carriers, more so than against Tempest. It annihilates. It ruins Void Arrays. So getting this massive Void Ray fleet that herO is, if he can go and find an angle and get feedbacks on, maybe get feedbacks on the infestors, or find a flank with the stalkers to get on top of them, or zealots, do something to eat the fungals, to make sure that the fungals don't kill his all of his Void Rays. That's what he's going to be looking for. But for now, well, fungal is not really going to hit. We're going to see Biles go down, just breaking the space open. But the zealots on the other side, they are doing a pretty nice job. So zealots into the main base, but these are 3/3 roaches. They actually will deal with these zealots fairly well, at least until the zealots get a full surround, and even then the zealot count is not high enough. So herO, he's going to have to lose another base. We've praised his economy. We've talked about how good 86 probes are, how much more he's mining than dark. Well, losing this base after losing the gold base does mean that those 86 workers aren't going to mine effectively here. The fungal's going to be pretty nice, and he's going to be able to chain it, I think, at least on some of these stalkers, but a base will go down. And some corruptors will fall here as well. But oh man, look at this resources loss count. 14K. I knew it was bad. I didn't know it was that bad. That kind of makes up for the economic disparity that Dark has. I mean, yeah, he's lost some bases. He's only mining 500 minerals a minute. That is herO's win condition. If he can find a way to kill off these bases maybe one more time and then start to knock down an attack of this army, despite everything, despite this 14,000 resources loss gap, that may be just what herO needs. But for now, he's going to force a cancel on the base to 9, get more economy. Void Rays, they're going to find their way back home, but they cannot fight this army. Fungal goes down, and that's a great one. We got to see feedbacks, but no, the High Templar, they're just going to get fungaled. They need to stay alive, and they will be able to do so. So for now, herO's army is going to stay alive here. Stalkers getting whatever they can find. Now, Broodlords, herO cannot fight the Broods. They just have to run away here. The High Templar have to run. But at the very least, bases are getting denied for herO. He is starting to mine a little bit more. He's taking the entire bottom right side. He's getting the gold base again. And with 3 more Void Rays at a time, Void Rays, they're +3 voids. They're pretty dang strong. So I think the logic here is, yeah, 14,000 resources, or whatever the number is right now, 16,000 resources is a lot. But if we take into account herO mining 2 bases more, denying 2 bases from his opponent, suddenly it's not so bad. Suddenly it is much more manageable. But even still, oh, there's a mothership on the way, and I mean, when you add in fungals reveal, there are so many overseers. There will be so many overseers. Those Biles, actually, they're going to hit a little bit. When you add, I don't know that I have a ton of belief in this mothership. At least adding into the army. As a recall, as an aggressive recall to snipe tech from the Zerg player to continue to deny bases, yeah, I have a lot of faith in that. I really think that's a good idea, but just as for the cloak and for the time warp, I don't know. It doesn't feel like the solution. So Dark now's got a terrifying army. 150 odd supply, only 53 drones. He's mining, he's building a bank again because he's maxed out, he's not trading. But here come the Void Rays into the main, and there is no anti-air. I mean, there are a couple spores, but not much more than that. Oh, come on, herO, get +2. He could have killed +2 attack. He's not going to. He's worried about the fungals, but he doesn't know that the fungals are very far away. Those infestors are quite far away from that main base, so that really would have been an opportunity. There we go. Mothership now on the field, getting ready here. And is this the timing for herO? There are how many overseers? 7 overseers on the map right now. It's a decent amount of zealots. Hey, they're going to find their way into the natural here. And again, the natural is not super relevant from a mining perspective. It's totally mined out. But what it is position. What it is vision and creep spread and all of these wonderful things. The hatch will fall. That's production lacking that Dark won't have access to anymore. He's only on 5 hatch. Another one's going to get canceled. So Dark actually his larva count is only at 19. He doesn't have a remax. Not in the way that he would like to have it. So this play that herO is playing of the to bleed him out, don't let him take bases, is working out for him pretty well. He still has to deny the mine. Oh, that's great feedback right now. The fungal doesn't land 2 dead infestors. He still has to find a way to slowly nip away at this army, because this is not an army that herO can fight head on. He's got to... Okay, that's not quite true. If he can kill all of the infestors before they get their fungals off, if he can get the vipers as well, then sure, fine. But that is a very big if. So another feedback goes down. Fungal hits the High Templar now finally, and that's going to be a couple dead High Templar. That's not what you're looking for, but there's still 3 High Templar there, and now into the main base. Fungal goes down on the mothership, but of all the units that you can fungal, you don't really care about fungaling the mothership. Meanwhile, yeah, this is a dead Nexus, and Zealots are going to warp in, but it doesn't matter. There's not any mining anymore. It's really, it matters even less than the natural does for Dark. It's just all about that chrono. So DTs, mass DTs defensively are going to warp in to make sure that this army, even with the Overseer, is not going to find its way through. There's just too much damage out of those defensive 3/3 +3 attack, +3 shields DT. So in the main base, a lot of tech is going to go down. +3 attack is going to get denied. No, it's not. Attack, in fact, is going to have to be a recall. herO needs to make sure he doesn't lose a base. But he gets the Hive. And we talked about how the natural is not incredibly relevant to lose. The Hive absolutely is. Losing the Hive in a game like this, you don't have Vipers. Infestation Pit died as well, so luckily there are 2 more. Dark was aware of the potential. Oh, I guess I thought the Infestation Pit died. It didn't. It's bleeding out now, but Dark did make another one. The DTs continue to find value here. This game is looking pretty solid for herO right now, despite the... Actually, he's brought his resources lost back a little bit. 5,000 in the last 5 minutes. This is looking pretty solid for herO right now. Is he just going to get every hatch? Dark is running onto the other side of the map. Okay, he's got his spellcasters back at home, so this is going to be okay. But we're looking at... Okay, we still have the 2 infestation pits. That's something. Now Banelings are morphing. Do we even have Baneling speed? No, it's slow Bane's morphing just to bust this base down. They should be able to do so. The probes have to get pulled away. herO should be really, I don't think he's going to take too much damage from this at this point now. Suddenly he is, because he's pulling the probes back into Banes. That's not great, herO. 23 Banes. I don't think you wanted to lose that. Although, in fairness, 8,000 minerals in the bank. He really only needs the probes for gas at this point. Max out. Why not? And now Dark only has his corner of the map, and herO can start to expand around. Yeah, there's going to be detection, knocking this creep down, so herO should be able to take this upper right side base that Dark never... I mean, some of it obviously has been mined from, but Dark hasn't mined in any significant way out of that base. And it is weird seeing a late game here, a late game PvZ, where the Zerg does not have the map. Dark, realistically, he's got very few minerals left in this gold base. 800 in that patch. 400, call it 2,000 minerals maybe. 300, 1,000, 300, 700, 1,800. Yeah, call it 2,000-ish minerals. There is not a lot of mining left in this game. Feedbacks are going to be really nice. They're not going to kill the infestors, which is the ideal. They will find values. One Stalker blinks forward here, gets vision. Oh, that's a great revelation there. More feedbacks continue to go down, but that's a good fungal. And this might be what Dark's going to be looking for. Oh, there we go. Abduct on the mothership. But realistically, if you lose the mothership, but you keep your army alive and they don't take a ton of damage, there was no parabomb, no fungal combo, you're actually kind of okay with this if you're herO. That is a sacrifice you will gladly trade. The Time Warp field actually did a really good job of just making sure that it didn't find value, that the army could not engage properly. So for now, Changelings are going to run forward. Finding Vision will go down. But the mothership's on the way once again. Carriers as well. Now, the one thing we have to talk about, as we look at resources lost here, herO's lost almost 13,000 gas. He does not have a gas bank. He's got 8,000 minerals, fine. He does not have a gas bank, and that's going to be a kill on that Nexus. And realistically, even as it might be tempting to say, wow, that doesn't matter. He's got 7,500 minerals. This game is looking like it is going to go until we get mined out. And losing Nexi like that when you really don't have to, losing that 400, what is it, 400 minerals, the 400, yeah, 400 minerals that you would otherwise lose, that you would, you know, you would otherwise have 300 of, that can add up. So it doesn't feel super relevant, but it absolutely is, especially as herO's just investing so much into Static D, and he's going to get a couple queens. That's going to be very nice here. But now, oh, he's going to find all the carriers. Oh, Dark, what a move here. He's going to get on top of every single carrier. And the Fungal's on the other side as well because herO's distracted. This is a beautiful move coming out of Dark right now. And the Neural is going to kill everything on the ground. The assimilation is absolutely successful. This army from herO, every move that herO has made to bring himself back into this game. And as he has fought long, he has fought hard here. The last 10 minutes have been his, but it goes around in the blink of an eye. All of a sudden, it's 10 voids. That's it. They're at 1,500 gas in the bank, but herO, look at this resources loss plot now. 6,000 resources, give or take, in that last fight. And now, well, Dark's okay. Okay, you can't deal with infestors all that well. That's fine. I know you can't build a carrier army that would deal with the infestors better. Let me build 14 infestors. Let me build 14 infestors. He's going up to like 30 infestors. Okay, no, it's just 17. Never mind. That is a lot of infestors. These banks, they're getting closer. Again, herO is still substantively mining in a way that the Dark really isn't. He's only got 6 mineral patches there. This is a full base, but his gold base he's not even mining from it. Not really. It's, again, not a lot of money. We're starting to hit the point as well where herO is mining out of all of his bases. He doesn't have the gold. 1 mineral patch. 120 minerals left. He's got this north side base that Dark has. He's got this right side base the Dark is going to try to take. As dire as it has looked, again, Dark's economy has not been good for, well, at least the last 10 minutes. Oh, this is a nice catch. You're getting... these ultras are not cheap. The Lings, though, they're going to kill some of the stalkers. Even as this economy has been very herO favored for the last 10 minutes, we're starting to hit the point where both players are going to be able to mine out of an equal number of bases. And when you talk about it like that, something just died. When you talk about it like that, this is the story. 15,000 resources, half a base, give or take. Really, in the differences now, herO sacrifices a stalker, blinking forward, and oh, okay, he's gonna be okay. Wait a minute here. Okay, no, infestors. There are so many. You can't feed back enough. And 2-Eye Templar will go down anyways. This army that Dark has built seems impossible for the army that herO has. It's blink stalkers. They're gonna get fungal. They're gonna die. That's exactly what's gonna happen here. But okay, one gets dodged here, but now the fungals are gonna go down. Trying to knock down, if he can get all of the broodlords, maybe that's gonna have to be the play here. While ultras on the backside, they will all fall. But really, realistically, chaining the fungals, that might be enough to do this anyways. Even still, the broodlords all go down here. herO's army falls apart, but so too does Dark. And this will be a dead base. The anti-ground of Dark's army is just kind of gone, but the assimilation here, it's just going to be more dead things, more dead stalkers, more dead Dark Templar, more dead whatever it is you want. And these infestors, they feel so hard. They feel so hard for herO to break, but he's going to try once again, this time with that mothership, with that cloaking. But I mean, there are so many spores here, it's going to be hard. Now, that's going to be one assimilation. Now, okay, here come the corruptors getting on top of the mothership. It's dead instantaneously. And all the neurals mean half the army of heroes is now Darks. This is not going to work here. herO is trying with his last dregs of his economy. And oh, there we go. There's the fungals. Ultras on top of everything. There's nowhere to run. There's nowhere to hide. These stalkers will fall. And in the blink of an eye, actually not, in really cool late game, Dark will clutch it out here. He's going to take it. And herO, he falls down, takes his first loss in this series in 34 minutes. herO falls, and Dark, he's got his first map on the board. And now in a game number 4 here in the upper left in the red. He's down a game, and we ask ourselves one question. Can he take us to game 5? In the upper left in the red, it's Dark. And on the bottom right in the blue on Dragon Scales, his teammate, herO. He's going for a little bit of a cheeky hatch block. Once again here. Doesn't want to let Dark have his fun. So Dark is going to take us third. That's fine. That's how these things go for the most part. Rope runs across, denies the natural, slows that down. Zerg takes the third. It's not as efficient. It's not quite what you want. But it's okay for the most part. You manage, you survive. And the powerful play goes on. Now, the one thing I do wish is I wish I knew what the players were saying in chat. Sometimes we have Maddox in the lobby, casting doing something like that. He'll live translate in the observer chat, but that doesn't appear to be the case in this game, which is a bit sad because it's always fun to see what the pros are saying, how they're generally shit talking each other, giving each other a hard time about how things happen. Probably, I was to guess, they're talking about how ridiculous it was that last game lasted 34 minutes. But it was not your typical snooze fest of a late game PvZ. It was really cool. You know, it was this game where herO, he went Sky Toss once, realized that, I don't like that. I lost the fight. So he goes Mass Void Ray, gets a bunch of stalkers, plays the map, plays around, denies so much mining out of Dark, denies so much position out of Dark. But at the end of the day, Dark, he mines just enough, and getting 17 infestors against that army, that was stalkers and charge lots and void rays. I mean, you can't fight into 17. You can't fight into 17 fungals. It really, truly is impossible. But herO once again doing herO things. We shouldn't be surprised to see that again. This is going to be a Stargate opener. Now, of course, we do have to talk about the fact that, well, he did open one game not Stargate, but that was a response. We saw Dark go for a 12 pool. herO immediately counters. He goes Glaives. He knows that Dark isn't going to have a good response to that, so you do it. And again, that's not herO proactively going Glaives. He's reactively going Glaives. For now, Dev finds his way into the main base here. 2 drones go down. He's gonna get a third. No. Okay. He's not gonna get the third one there. Clicked on. Oh, okay. Nice body blocking. He clicked on the drone that ran away, so couldn't get on top of it. Still, 2 drones for 1 adept. That's really good coming out of herO. It's not game defining, but it's pretty solid. Now Oracle into the main base, just a little bit more damage, but these queens getting a lot of damage here, and that will force the Oracle back. It's only the first one though, and I generally, as Lings, they think about diving in, but there's a second Oracle there. Generally, I don't like committing HP from the first Oracle, because your damage potential is when you get up to 2 Oracles. When you get up to 3, putting an at least I don't like an Oracle putting your Oracle on a red on that first one, because pairing Oracles up is so much more damage potential that you're kind of neutering a little bit by making it so that you don't have, really just by taking that damage, by making it a little harder to dive in. And realistically, herO, he goes 3 Oracles. You can pull the wounded one back to defend your third. You move across the map with the other 2, or in this case, you run across the map with everything. Oracles, Adepts, really just Oracles and Adepts, and trying to find their value. But with Queens on the front line here, not going to get much done. But that being said, those are Queens on the front lines. There are 3 of them, and 2 queens in the natural. This might be an opportunity coming out of here to maybe find a little bit more damage. Pokes in. There's a spore here, but again, these are healthy oracles. So 4 workers go down, make it 5, and hey, half damage on one, only shields on the other. And it's 9 dead drones, 6 lings. 2 adepts have died over the course of this game, but for the most part, here it feels pretty good. And behind this is the, looks like we're gonna get that pure hero style. The blink style, the +1, the no robo. Pressure heavily on the map here. So adepts now in the middle. Lakers are gonna get this around, but I think the adepts might have gotten enough to, I think they might have gotten enough damage done to kill off at least the majority of these lings. And they gonna get them? Yeah, they get a lot. And only 1 or 2 adepts go down. Yeah, 2 adepts go down. They get a lot of lings. That's a great trade. Coming out of here, just playing with a line of sight blocker to make sure that he gets 1 extra volley on top of the lings before they move in. And now 1 wounded oracle, the low one leading, so it's actually gonna take a lot of damage here. Not optimal, but these queens are vulnerable. You could just fly the 1 healthy oracle on top and kill this. No, okay. There's another queen, high energy. You can see herO thought about it on the minimap there. You saw the oracle thinking about diving in, but Strat though gets targeted down, and we're starting to get to the point where Dark has enough queens, 7 queens on the map, that it's really hard for herO to find really any sort of pressure with these oracles anymore. And I talked about how this was going to be pure herO style, right? Just heavy pressure, +1 blink stalkers. I think that maybe the defense that we've seen here at Dark Mount over the last minute or so might be what's causing herO to change plans slightly, because there is a robo going down. We're going to see an observer out first. Probably, if I had to guess, well, actually, I'm not sure exactly where he decides to go, but for now, oracles, they will take some damage. In the middle of the map, Dark is supply blocked, and herO supply is actually in a really good spot here. This base might fall. It's 5 queens on the right side, targeting down the high energy one, so this will fall. Not a lot of energy on these queens anymore. So herO, he's very happy with his trade right now, and the stasis trap on the backside stops all the lings from engaging, so herO's getting a lot of value here. But he does back up as as shields fall off the stalkers. I think herO, now again, this is one of those hindsight, it's 2020 things. I feel like herO, if he had just committed to herO style, heavy aggression there, dropped a pylon, dropped a gateway, built a couple extra gateways instead of getting the robo, I feel like herO may have just been able to win the game right there. Now, it's never guaranteed, but between the supply blocks and how small Dark's army supply was at the time and getting all those queens, it really did feel like herO had a slim window where he could have won the game, or maybe. But again, that's one of those things where it's easy to see as I'm looking at this. I'm like, it's 8 minutes in and I can see exactly what Dark has. That's a lot harder to see if you're actually playing the game. You don't know that Dark supply blocked, as for now, lings are going to get on top and they're going to go down as the stalkers blink out. Stasis trap for now, doing a nice job, just buying a little time on the back end, but the warp prism falls, and that means this pressure from herO is not going to work out super well. Dark, though, he's getting ready for the next round. He feels the pressure. It's going to be a lurker den coming out of Dark here, as he just tries to make sure his 4th base stays alive. Watch out for these infestors, though. On the left side here, that is going to be what stabilizes Dark. One way or the other, those infestors, they get their fungals off. This army dies. And this is the difference, really, between herO style in 2023 and herO style in 2022. Zergs have figured out how to get infestors out. They feel how to get vipers out. They know how to build the level of tech that is required here. So that fungal will catch both oracles. That's really nice, but also, those are the 2 fungals in the game. So yeah, getting that is really nice. But these stalkers, they have room to play now. There are, what do we have? 45 seconds, give or take, until the fungals are ready again, until the stalkers really have to be afraid. So for now, herO can play. You can play on both sides of the map. Stalkers maybe thinking about moving forward. Now, there is a robo bay, and there are 4 disruptors on the map. So herO will have a response to this lurker play as it starts to pop on out here. But he's not showing it yet. He wants these disruptors to be a surprise. The interesting thing, though, is he's not building more of them. He's staying at 4. And 4 will be the number as he moves into Mass Immortal behind this. And Immortals can be good against lurkers. If the numbers are right, you can get a nice concave and they don't take a ton of damage at first. So you can just pound the lurkers down, but disruptors are better. No, do we have any Vipers, though? That is the negative. So we do have Hive done, and we do have lurker range on the way. Is now herO finally scouts that yes, lurkers are on the field. That's something he has to be afraid of. And again, Dark is just batting down the hatches. He's on 4 bases. The Protoss is on 4 bases. That's not optimal, but he's got lurkers, and herO will really struggle to push into this kind of core 4 position that Dark has built for himself. Any avenue, any attack path onto Dark spaces, it's a pretty heavy choke. It's something that lurkers can really cover. So now Dark, he wants to get aggressive on the map. You're trusting to his couple lurkers on the defense queens as well. herO can take this fight, but he needs to know what's happening, and instead he is just going to be woefully out of position here. This is going to be a dead 5th. This is going to be a dead 4th. herO, he's going full base trade. He's got his army moving through the middle of the map here. He was not ready for this. He didn't know. He thought he was in a good spot. So for now, we're going to see Overlords go down. Supply blocking Dark in the extreme. But there's a defensive lurker here. 2 disruptors will knock that down. Lurkers on the left side. They're not firing, not just yet. Stalkers, they're killing the queens. But Dark here, it feels like despite being supply blocked, his army is just doing a little bit better. Biles go down. Double Robo is going to get all of its production canceled here. So that is not, those disruptors will never see the light of day. Yeah, Dark's now down on 3 base, but herO's going to be on 2. And he's lost so many probes. He will continue to lose more here. The question now is just whether herO can find some way back. This is going to be hard. This is going to be really hard for herO right now. He's losing so much of his economy. But if he can trap this army, the Biles, 10 probes go down to the Biles. If he can trap this army, that was going to be a maybe, but he couldn't do that. And now he's supply blocked, so he can't even reinforce. It feels like there's been too much damage. It feels like he has to run across the map right now, and his army is strong. It's got +3 done now. He's looking at 6 storms, 8 storms, something like that. If he can find the angles, he can do really well for himself. Stark's pulling forward. The Fungals are gonna, oh no, herO. But actually, the lurkers do go down on before this happens. So the Fungals, I thought this was everything dead. Instead, it's only some things dead. And now more Zealots gonna warp in here. But there's no way herO breaks this. We're looking at 18 lurkers. Dark is maxed out. Fungals are available. There is 0. I have no idea how this is supposed to be breakable. Now, yeah, Spore goes down. And Disruptors get some solid shots, but every time this happens, Stalkers fall, everything falls. Oh, I mean, that's a good Disruptor shot, certainly. But if you're a herO, how the hell do you break this? He's not building a 3rd base behind. We might see him. Well, actually, he's going to build a 3rd base now on his 4th base location. He's going to, I don't even know you can say macro out of this. He's trying to build some wings to fly to play into this late game, but it's going to be a struggle to make this thing happen. So for now, moving forward again, Disruptor gets the lurker. That's nice. He's going to get another. No, he's not. Because, of course, we have lurker burrow speed. They move faster on creep. They can unburrow. They can run away. This one move from Dark that I thought herO was aware of, that I think herO kind of made the decision to go for. That one move 5 minutes ago there just to kill, to base trade herO, seems like it was the game-winning decision. The perfect decision in a state where Dark didn't quite want to fight the army just yet, so he just base trades, runs away, kills everything, and now herO, he cannot trade. He hasn't really been trading well over the last several minutes anyways, and certainly he can't trade now, so yeah, Dark's gonna lose that base. But look at this. Look at this army from Dark in the middle of the map. There are so many lurkers. There's no way herO deals with this at all. I mean, Archon's fine. Lurkers getting this is a joke. Bye. Everything goes down. I mean, Archons, they live their best lives, and yeah, disruptors are gonna try to do what they can. There's no way, absolutely no shot here. herO is dead. Dark sending us to game number 5, a 34-minute game, a 15-minute game, and hero's just stuck in the middle of the map. He doesn't want to concede defeat yet, but there's no world. There is zero world where herO makes this happen. He's down a third of the army supply, half the army supply here. He's down in tech pretty significantly. Disruptors, they're going to go off, but it doesn't matter. Lurkers find their way back home now. They're killing off everything on the other side. And as the disruptors burrow, I mean, yeah, there are storms on these Lurkers, but yeah, Fungal's on top as well. Bye-bye, herO. Dark, wave goodbye. herO, he falls in Dark. It takes us to game number 5. And now the game where it all ends. That's the big thing here. It's Neo-Humanity into the bottom right on a 2-map win streak in this grand finals. He's Dark. And in the upper left in the blue, looking to prevent the reverse sweep. It's herO. And of all the maps to end it on, it's the weird one. Neo-Humanity, the map that I almost feel like we're going to see someone take the rich gas base, or herO is dropping a flower. Maybe. Now, Dark is happy. He can take his natural as his natural. He scattered out, didn't see the probe, but there's a good reason for that. Oh, he's doing the parting build. Cannon rush, 2-gate. This is a PvP build, and I am in game 5 with it all on the line. This is what herO decides to go for. This game is ending fast one way or the other. He can wall off this mineral line, but this is not the best map for it. You have to spend a couple pylons to make sure this natural gets walled off. It's a little rough, but look at what herO's doing. He's kind of letting the drones in. He says, this is fine. I'm faking this. This is nothing. Don't worry about it. But he's gonna let the pylon complete, and now Dark alarm bells. The pylon's complete. herO, what are you up to here, bud? You gotta get that cannon down. He's gonna trap the drone. Maybe that's 1 cannon going down, and it's only 3 drones here. You need 4 to kill it off, and this cannon for now may just go. And the zealots, by the way, they're gonna crone it out. They're gonna pop out pretty soon. Sorry, the math was wrong. It's actually 3 drones. So cannon will go down. A second 1 cannon is gonna get dropped where the creep spread's gonna be. And this one, it feels like it should get up because the zealots are going to show up here. And Lings aren't ready. This natural is forsaken. And now herO, do you cannon rush the main? There's an angle on the left side that allows you to kind of low ground, high ground it. How does herO decide to progress out of this? Is the really big question. So this base will eventually fall. The cannons will kill it, and zealots will kill it. herO's getting gas out of this. The cyber core has to go down. That much is true. And I think we'll just see stalkers behind this. There's a world where this is maybe a robo. But you feel that because Dark didn't panic, this is almost good for Dark right now. He's got his roach horn on the way. He's mining out of single gas, so it's not gonna have double gas for Ravagers. He's trying to keep this base alive. I don't think he does. The zealots, yeah, it's not gonna happen. And now the zealots, they're gonna find their way into a corner so the Brutalings don't get too much here. 1 zealot will fall. That'll be the end of that one. Probe gets out. But the cannon does go down. Lings kill that off with the queens as well. And it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be a depths out of this. It's a depths against roaches, which is really not optimal. And there are a lot of... There's no cannon defending this pylon. The zealots have to defend this. This is getting a little bit awkward for herO right now. He's supply blocked. He can't really build all that more, but now adepts are going to pop out. These Lings are going to find themselves mostly sacrificed, and only 1 zealot goes down. So adepts shade forward. The Lings, a couple of them, 1 more of them will fall, but now the roaches are out, and Twilight on the way. Here's the problem, though. Because herO was supply blocked, he couldn't build more out of these gateways. He couldn't build more out of this. So this is going to give it... Well, maybe. Roach is getting low here. It's going to pop into a Ravager. Ling's trying to get on top. This pylon has to stay alive. And now with 4 adepts versus 3 roaches, a couple Lings, not enough. Glaives are on the way here. But herO's going to lose this forward position. He didn't build a pylon to defend it or a cannon to defend it. Now, I think herO's dead. This was a ballsy play. This really was a cool idea coming out of herO, but losing your 2 gateways. They're still on the map, but losing your production from 2 gateways is such a big deal. And now Dark's going to all in. He's going to run across the map. He's got his natural on the way, but I don't know that herO can defend this. Certainly if he's going to lose the depths on the middle of the map like that, good target fire gets 1. He's not going to get more, but in the middle of the map, you're killing off some lings on their reinforce. There is no production on the map for herO right now at all. It's 1 cannon back in the main base, I think. Yeah, 1 cannon in the main, but the piles, they're going to start to knock these pylons down. herO needs to build more. Stalkers, he warps in, sure, fine. But there's no blink on this. There's no maneuverability on this. The cannon can't fire here. And Dark's just going to make herO's base his own. This is his office. This is where he wants to live. And again, the pylon's going to go down. There's nothing. herO's dead. GG, Dark. He weathers that storm, and he makes it look easy. Dark takes our grand finals, reverse sweeps herO, and takes KSL number 27. That was a cool series. It had early games, late games, mid games, and all sorts of shenanigans. That was fun.